Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Tiffany, 100 Plus, with Jan and Tammy. We are at Coral Springs Animal Hospital in Coral Springs. Just want to make sure that this is clear. Clear, thank you. So we placed a hold. We saw a puppy in need at Miami-Dade Animal Services, and we placed a hold for a 6-week-old Boston Terrier puppy. 13 weeks, 6 pounds. 6 pounds. Hi. Hello. Hello, honey. So we placed the hold because we saw the urgent post on Urgent Dogs for a 13-week-old 6-pound puppy that needed rescue. We placed our hold. And after we placed our hold, we got the medical, and which stated that she had a prolapsed rectum. And when Jan and Tammy went to go get her and we saw just how bad it was, we knew we had to rush her here to Coral Springs Animal Hospital, which is where we are now, admitting her. It's going to be graphic, guys, just warning. Oh. 13 weeks old. 13 weeks old, 6 pounds. This little Boston Terrier beauty. Hi. It is heartbreaking to see her in this condition. We have no idea how long she has been in this condition. We don't know if she was born this way and the breeder decided to dump her at the shelter instead of dealing with it.
They said stray, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I mean, these are not, she's a Boston Terrier. It's not like a mutt that is roaming the streets. It probably was a breeder, and she was probably born this way or developed it very early on, and they didn't want to be bothered. And
yeah, I guess it's very common if they have a lot of parasites. It's really straining, because they said in her paperwork that she's been strained.
if she'd been strained. Look at how loving she is with dealing with this, and it's got to be so painful. So we are here at Coral Springs Animal Hospital, getting ready to admit her. Do you have a mask, Jan?
Unlock your door and I'll grab it. Good for you. Oh, you have yours? Oh,
I don't have mine. Let me grab mine. So we know this bill is going to be hefty, guys, because we know what it is walking into Coral Springs Animal Hospital. Abby is currently here and has been here since I dropped her off the other day. So we have a hefty bill from Abby, and we know that this is going to be a large bill for this little beauty. What was...
They tried to... What they normally try to do is put it back in.
They said they did? Okay, so apparently the shelter tried to put it back in to see if it would hold, and it didn't take. So obviously this is going to have to be surgical for her. Oh my God, look at this face. It is absolutely heartbreaking what she's going through at only 13 weeks old and 6 pounds, guys. Please donate. We know this is probably going to be a surgical procedure for this tiny baby, especially if they've already tried once and it didn't take, which you saw, we showed you. It's graphic, and it didn't take. All right, let's go inside. Huh? Regular. During regular hours, that's the eye specialist entrance. Hey, honey.
I'll just tell them we're here.
So guys, the donate button is on this video. Please, please make a donation. What was her name? Did they name her?
Rhea.
Rhea. Please make a donation for Rhea. I don't know if I'm going to have service in here. Sometimes the service is really terrible in here.
Or is your phone number on the account of the rescue?
It's Amy's number.
It's Amy's number.
I don't know who.
561 860 3783.
Thank you guys, sorry.
Okay. It's under 100+ dog rescue.
I know. It's hard to search it.
Yeah.
Search by like last name, and your last name is rescue.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows up like the way it's supposed to, but yes. So they are with
Baby.
Okay, love you.
Yeah, this is an intake. They're
Amy called. Oh.
Hi, I know.
Oh.
Are you anxious? Are you anxious?
Okay. You've been sleeping for an hour.
Yeah.
Ready, go, go, go.
For anybody who's just jumping on, this is Rhea. We saw the urgent dog post from Miami-Dade Animal Services that they needed help with a 6-pound, 13-week-old Boston Terrier. We placed our hold because our wonderful puppy foster, Nana, Christine, and Bob, are almost completely out of puppies. So we placed our hold, and then we saw her medical that she had a prolapse rectum. And then when Tammy and Jan got to the shelter, we saw just how bad it was and knew that we had to come here to Coral Springs Animal Hospital. And that is where we are here now. We are checking in. Please, guys, if you can donate. We know that this is going to be very costly just walking in the door. Plus, we know now for sure, since they already tried to put it back in and see if it would hold at the shelter, that this is most likely going to be a surgical fix. I hope you guys can still see. I know that the service inside the hospital here is usually pretty spotty. But again, the donate button is on this video if you could make a donation towards Rhea. We also still have Abby Rose, who has been here. When did I bring her here? Was that Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Yes. So I brought Abby Rose here Tuesday night, and she's been here since Tuesday night. So she has quite a hefty bill here. And now we have little Rhea, who we are admitting, who is also going to have quite a hefty 3783. Who is also going to have a hefty bill. Hi, Nana. Look at that face. So we are just sitting here waiting for them to be able to take her back. I'm sure they will probably try to do it the least invasive way. Maybe they will try to put it back in. I think sometimes they try and they tack it.
Yeah, they just stitch it down.
But if they've already tried that and it didn't work, again, we're probably looking at something surgical. She's definitely going to be admitted. She's definitely going to be staying here in the hospital, and she is coming in as an emergency, which is even more costly than coming in as a regular appointment. So it is going to be costly. I just blocked John Cork, guys. Don't. I took care of that. I just saw one of his comments, so he's been blocked. So don't worry about that, guys. Rhea. Tam.
Room 8. Okay. Thank you. Oh, y'all are all together?
Yeah.
Hope my signal holds up.
Yeah. Coral Springs Animal Hospital is like a steel trap,
We're going to be doing the same thing. He's going to be in the same situation.
and our phones have terrible service here. The room. I know it's not going to work in here.
Why don't you just hang out?
Yeah.
Like, can we hang out? Like, she's doing a video.
Yeah, you just said I'll keep talking, and then
I'll hold the door.
because I think this is going to be I think it's going to go off if I go in there. I know from experience. Hey guys, sorry. I knew that was going to happen. The service in the hospital was really bad, especially when you get in the back. So I'm sorry I lost you guys for a little bit, but obviously I can't video back there because it cuts out. So she's back in the room now. The nurse is going over everything, taking a look at the records from the shelter. They'll probably take her straight into the back, take all of her vitals, do all of that, and then they'll come out and speak to us to make a plan of what we're gonna do with the estimate. And then when we get that, I'll come back live and let you know what the estimate is gonna be. Please donate for little Rhea, and we will be back when we have a little bit more information. So unfortunately, the phone does not work back there. So this is Tiffany, Tammy, Jan, Coral Springs Animal Hospital with puppy Rhea, 13 weeks old, 6 pounds with a severe prolapsed rectum. 100 plus abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida.